the Andrew Lake Podcast.
Now in collaboration with Acid Quote Tees.
Feel the rhythm and
10,000 years!
all connected.
Good morning, America. Welcome back once again. What a beautiful day to be alive. This is Doster Andrew Lake. Hoping you're well. Hoping you're having a good time. Rise and shine. Time to feel the good vibes. We've got our quote of the day. Everything changes until it doesn't. It's funny how life changes, isn't it? There is this sort of thing that people always say that, well, life is always changing. Don't worry too much because it will all be over soon. That's sort of like that old joke where you say, if you're having a bad life, don't worry because it will be over soon. Oh, that's a bit nihilistic, isn't it? That's not very nice. Oh my goodness. How do things change? I mean, why do things change? And I mean, the thing is, it's funny how things don't change. When you notice the moment that your life is just being the same thing over and over again. I hope you're not stuck in traffic. Oh my goodness, if you're stuck in traffic, oh, that is the worst thing ever. You know what I do when I'm stuck in traffic? I like to, not just when I'm stuck in traffic, but when someone gets angry and drives really fast in front of me. That sort of thing. And it's funny because that happens in any city that you're in. But what I like to do when that happens is I think, okay, so that person's in a hurry. They're in this state. I know what that's like. I've been like that before. I'm glad that I'm feeling relaxed right now. I'm feeling good and patient and very much alive in my body and feeling energized, feeling the ecstasy, feeling the gargantuan existence. Oh my goodness. Oh, I get carried away when I think about it. But anyway, what I like to do is this person goes brrr, really fast past me. And I go, oh, where are you going? That's what I think. I think, where are you going? If only I could ask this person, what is it that you're trying to get to so fast? And if you got there faster, because you're going to get there before me, that's for sure, even though we're going different places. You'll get there before me. And even if you just teleported there, yeah, we could take the transport out of it and instantly teleport you straight from where you are to wherever you want to be. Now, where is that going to be? What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? I mean, what can it be? Is it your job? Whatever job. There's no job in the world that is so important that you have to stress to get to it. Not a single job in the whole world. Nowhere. There's nothing. Don't even try and think about it. Because there's nothing more important than your interior situation. And that changes until it doesn't. Until you notice that there's something the same. There's something that is, the other way that we look at this is that it can be monotonous, right? The life of things being either stuck in a situation or repeating the same thing over and over again. And I had a pretty amazing day the other day where things sort of unfolded in a sequence of changes that was quite astonishing. And there's a bit of a backstory to this. If I can share a little bit about myself, I hope you don't mind. You're not in a hurry, are you? I've asked you that before. I hope you're not in traffic. I've said that before as well, and I'll probably say it again before today is out. But anyway, the other day, I was going to this new spot to get some laundry done. Because I'd heard there was this organisation, it's called Orange Sky. And they're popular, I think, in Australia and in some other countries. They might be in America. I'm not sure. They're quite small. Anyway, they do laundry for homeless people. So I was checking out, because I'm living in transit at the moment, I was checking out if they could do some. And I turned up and they were very nice and they said yes, they could do some, and it was all good. And it was actually this spot which was at a church. So there was a church nearby. And as they were getting the laundry happening, I walked in to this church And there was all these people sitting around having this feed, right? They're having some snack time, some tasty fruits and some tasty snacks, tea and coffee and things like that. And anyway, they're sort of weird, and they probably looked at me and thought, oh, this guy's pretty weird. Who is this guy? I haven't seen him before. And I didn't really feel like talking to anyone, so I kept looking around, and I even might have got a snack or something. But then, of course, I just keep on exploring. When I'm in a place, I like to look into every room and open every door as much as I can and test the boundaries. So I walked on through the church into another area, and there was a piano there. And I was like, whoa! That's amazing. And of course, whenever I see a piano, I start playing it immediately. And that's actually one of the real hang-ups about living in transit. It's that I've got nowhere to set up my practice keyboard, no way to practice piano, no way to sort of make my music and sort of get on that path once again of being creative and expressing myself. So I'm always looking for places that have a piano. And when I find one, it's like, wow. And then I went up to this one and it was actually pretty good. So that's another added bonus, because usually when you find a piano, they're pretty bad. They're pretty sort of beat up old things. But this one was actually pretty good. It was an upright piano. So I was over the moon. I was just like, wow, this is amazing. Maybe I can come here regularly and practice. But then I continued my journey into the rest of the finding of the place, right? Of like exploring the rooms. And I went through another room, another door into another room, and it opened up into like the main church. And right in the middle of the main church was this brand new grand piano. I'm talking spanking new, top of the line, super brilliant grand. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, I am just bursting right now. And I sit down and play, and it sounds great. And I'm just like, wow, I am in the middle of a church playing piano. I never could have imagined that when I went to get my laundry done, right? Laundry day is usually a pretty big drag, you know? It's one of those things. Well, I mean, everyone's got to do laundry. Even once you're enlightened, you're going to be doing laundry. And anyway, I'm playing it for a while, and this girl sneaks up on me to get her music, because her music had been left there from last time. And she scares the bejesus out of me, of course, when anyone sneaks up on me. Anyway, we say hello, and we meet, we start talking, and she explains to me that this grand piano had just been moved into this church for a Beethoven festival. So there was a classical musical festival on this month. And I thought, well, okay, that makes sense, because usually the churchy folks can't afford these amazing grand pianos and big instruments like that. And we kept talking, you know. I talked to her and she talked to me, and she became my friend very quickly. And she also played me some piano, and I played for some pieces for her, and we sort of traded back and forth. And she played some Beethoven, she played some Chopin, which was by far my favorite. I love Chopin. Some nice waltz. Oh my goodness, the waltz of the Chopin. It is just bursting your heart out, just pouring your heart out. And she even explained to me when we were talking about piano that Chopin requires this immense emotional involvement, whereas Beethoven or Bach or some of the other classical music is more technical, and you can sort of be detached from it. And of course, I'm not so much into that. I mean, I'm more into the jazz music, which is fine, nothing wrong with that. I guess it's sort of like devil music to play jazz and blues in a church. I was probably lucky the devil didn't come out. The demons get cast out. Or the preacher man didn't come down and say, don't play that music in here, that's devil music. But I mean, the jazz that I play is a lot romantic as well, right? There's this sort of classical romantic style to it as well. So it's similar to Chopin in a sense. But anyway, I keep talking to my new friend, and then she explains to me that there's actually this piano meetup group where they meet once a month and play piano for each other, and it's this little cozy group of friends. And I thought, wow, I'd love to join that. Let me join. So she gave me the number of this other lady that I'm going to follow up. And I've already followed up with her. We've already had a few messages. So in a couple of weeks, I hope I can check out the cozy gang of piano. I mean, there's no name for the group, I don't think. It's just piano people that do what they do. So, yeah, one thing leads to another. And then the other thing that my friend explained to me is that there is this practice studio that has a piano where you can hire out a room and practice in it. So it was sort of like this thing of one thing leading to another and meeting the right person and then her telling me about the things that are going on. It's like, wow, how quickly things can change and how sequential synchronicities can be. And you hear about this in sort of the manifestation stories and the sort of life paths and things that change, and, you know, once your frequency is right, then things will fall into place. This sort of new age hoo-ha, which, you know, that's great, that's beautiful, but realistically, the truth of the matter is most of the time that doesn't happen. Most of the time you get hit with a dead end, or a wrong end, or a wrong something, or just nothing. You turn up and there's just nothing. It's just not what you expected. So it does require searching. It does require going after what you want and what you need and finding what you're looking to find. But this, you know, this one day, this was yesterday, was just one really interesting sequence of events that happened for me. And it really fills me with optimism. It makes me think, you know, maybe my situation will change. And I mean, I remember this pretty often. I mean, I've lived enough experiences that are real and that are different and that are intense enough that I know things are going to change. I know that things unfold. And it was such an amazing day to be able to play piano and to find a piano and to meet someone and to sort of hear that, you know, there's things that I can do. And the other sort of end of the story is later on that day I went driving and my car engine overheated. So I broke down on the side of the road in the middle of traffic. That's why I remembered to tell this thing about, I hope you're not in traffic. There was some pretty bad traffic the other day. Let's not say too much about this. There is another way that I think of this phrase, everything changes until it doesn't. It's with this cultural phenomenon of veganism. And veganism, there was a time when people would say, oh, it's becoming more popular and it's becoming more understandable and it's becoming more acceptable and veganism is on the rise and soon it's going to be everywhere and soon it will just be normal. And yet, it's funny that now we do have this thing of people making fun of the vegans. It is a trend. It's a trend that comes and goes, and at the moment it's in, soon it will be out and it will become back in again. But it's funny how and I mean, that's exactly this phrase, everything changes until it doesn't. There's this thing of people making fun of the vegans and veganism being acceptable, and that changes. And that's the thing that doesn't change. So, I mean, I don't know why people make fun of the vegans. I mean, I remember one time I turned up at this food van and, you know, Meals on Wheels sort of thing. And it was a burger place. It was obviously a burger place. And I said, oh, can I have a burger? And he goes, oh, what kind? And I go, oh, just standard. You know, just standard burger, whatever. And he goes, oh, well, we got a few different kinds. You'll have to look at the menu and choose or something like this. And I go, I'll just have a beef burger. And he goes, oh, hang on, there's this lady looking at me. This is the funny thing about having a place to, I mean, the other thing about living in transit is that I can work on this podcast and tell you these stories. But anyways, I'm trying to tell this story about getting a burger. I'm ordering the burger and he goes, oh, they're all vegan. And it was an all-vegan burger van. And he was so sort of insulted that I would order this beef burger and be so ignorant as to not realize that it is a vegan food van. And I ended up just saying, oh, okay, I'll just have one of those. Yeah, no problem. So, yeah. And then anyway, at that time, that was a long time ago. I mean, I'm vegetarian now. So, and I'm even at times vegan, but I'm not a staunch vegan. I mean, I still occasionally have butter or cheese or a bit of milk. I mean, I have almond milk in my hot chocolate when I can, but sometimes they mess the order up and I just go, oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not fussy. It's not worth being fussy over. And I do know some vegans that are, hang on, it's just really distracting having this lady come and look at me. So what am I saying? What am I trying to say? Since then, I haven't really had vegan burgers that often. And I did have one the other day for the first time in a very long time. And I realized that just because it's not meat, it can still be very much bad for you. Because I'd gone to this fast food place, ordered the vegan burger, and had it like a normal kind of fast food meal, which is a burger, chips, drink, mayonnaise on the side for dipping the chips in. And the thing is that it's filled with so much salt. It's filled with so much fattiness and so much sugar and salt, mostly the salt. And it made such a buzz in my energy that I actually ended up not being able to sleep. Like I had broken sleeping patterns from this fast food burger. And the thing is that you think, okay, it's fast food, but it's vegan or it's vegetarian. So it's not so bad. But actually, it is that bad. It is that thing of, how can I eat something that is so much affecting to my system? And of course, my system has changed so much since that first vegan burger that I tried in the Meals on Wheels, because I've become so much more sensitive to food that is unhealthy. And that's part of the path. That's part of coming into a new awareness of how your body feels. And does it mean that we all have to be vegans? I don't know. Yeah? Maybe it's right for some people, maybe it's not. What I do know is that we do need to be sensitive to ourselves. We do need to be connected with ourselves. And that means how your body works, how your mind works, how your feelings work, so that you can construct something in such a way as to have these regular feelings of aliveness, these regular feelings of joy, of excitement, of inspiration. And you can remain grounded when you're in traffic and you're going somewhere. And you don't stress out, you just keep it cool and feel the energy and feel the love. Dare I even say, feel the love. I hope wherever you are, you're having a good day. You can head on over to Etsy to pick up this quote of the day. Everything changes until it doesn't. You never know when your next sequence of synchronicities are going to be just around the corner. So enjoy your times, have a beautiful day. I'm sending warm feelings and love. And I hope you can keep on smiling, keep on living this big, blue, beautiful world. See ya. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.